Now we have created all our plan, and we know how to place all our model components like wall. Let me switch to any particular level like this floor plan, ground floor level. And now here, how much will be added within this plan, how much we can see, how much it will be visible within this plan. So that we can set within a view range. So for that, go to the instance properties of this floor plan, and there we have this view range option. Okay, so as I'm using right now the template, so within that template, within this view template, I have to change that view range, right? This view range, and do I cover all these things about the view range?
Yes, sir. You explained this about the red lines in the view range.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'm just covering this back again. So here you can see this is the five up, this five, including this 1, 2, and 3 planes. These are up to this. This is your primary range, and we have this imaginary plane. This primary range top. The 2 is your cut plane, and 3 is your bottom plane. So from this cut plane, we generally down, look to the downside, and accordingly we get the plan, right? So how much it will be included, it is decided by this cut plane, okay? And till the bottom. And we also can see what is below the bottom plane, okay, below the primary range. So those objects which are not present in this current floor plan, that can be added within this plan. So that should be within this view depth. Okay, so this 6 is your view depth. So that is not your primary range. So those are not the primary object within this floor plan. So that you can add, but those will be visible uh, in some dotted line or uh, in grayed out color or faded color, but those will be visible. Okay, those will not be as bold as uh, you will see for the primary range objects, but those will be visible in faded color. So you can provide that the view depth will be up to level below. Level below means the below level from this current floor plan. Okay, so this view range is view specific, like the changes you are making here, it will be applicable for this within this ground floor level only. All right, so that we can do all the changes here we can make. Now I'm just going for the none and click on apply. Okay, now this is for all the for the total floor plan. Okay, now go to this view here, and here we have this plan view option, and there we have this area plan. Okay, so this area plan is like for any particular area you can set the view range. So the view range from this properties palette is set for the total or the whole floor plan, right? But you can set the view range particularly for your bedroom area. There you can make some changes. Fine. So that is possible by this area plan. Okay, so you choose this one and click here, and you need to create the external walls, or if you don't want to automatically create, just go with no. So here you can see right now having like this. Okay, so this is your area plan which is created right now. You can see this is one area plan, and for this you can go to the view range there and you adjust the options. So the options are well known to you, right? So here you can make some adjustments. So this is a separate area plan. So for this, you can make some changes. So let me just go with undo here, and let me make that option yes. Click on OK, and let's go for yes. Okay, so right now you see it is the same option we are getting, and in this we are getting this topo surface as well. So here you can make some changes. Like go for the edit. There's view range you can edit, and you can add some crop view also to this crop view. So for that you can create up to this view, and for this particular view you can make some uh, changes, how much it will be included within this floor plan. So there you have this view range option. All right, so that is possible. Fine. That is that comes under uh, view range. Now let me show you about the visibility and graphics. So visibility graphics option is view specific. You are applying this in particular view. So VG or VV is the shortcut. So here you see that model categories, annotation categories, these are the things. So yesterday I have demonstrated about all these options, how you can override, okay, and how you can make the visibility changes, how you can hide or show this visibility graphics. And here you have this object style, and there you can change the original object styles. Okay, so these are the original options for each object, so that you can change it from this object style. Now let me go to manage. Here we have this additional settings. So within this additional settings, we have this line style, line weight, line patterns. So here you see that this is the line pattern. And for this line pattern, you can make some adjustment. So for any particular line pattern, do you want to make any changes? So for that, you have to come to this additional option, line styles, line. So this is the line. Okay, so for these category of lines we have. All right, so for that you can choose what will be the line color, and here you can make some adjustment for center line and all. All right, so these things you can make it from here. All right, so line weight you have. Okay, so these are the things we can make changes. Okay. And here also we have this reveal hidden element option is there. If anything is hidden right now, from this view control bar, we have this reveal hidden elements to reveal all your hidden elements. So if anything is hidden right now, that will be highlighted in this uh, maroon color. Okay, so right now you can see these are the project base point and survey point. These are currently hide within this flow plans. Okay, So these are only visible in site plan view only at the default condition. So if you want to make these visible in all the floor plans, so come to this reveal hidden element and select them. Just a second. Select them. These will be only selected, and you can go for unhide category and they will be unhide, and then close this toggle reveal hidden element. All right. And how you can hide in a particular view. Okay, so suppose you want to hide this element, so select it and go to the modify tab, and there you have this hide in view. Within this hide view, you can hide this element, or you want to hide the category of this element. So for that, you can choose the hide category. Right now we have the single element, so this will work. Okay, so you can go for hide category, and you can choose this hide by filter. So you can apply some filter. So right now you can uh, choose some more objects and you can apply that hide by filter. You can add some filter over there. Okay, so about this filter, I will demonstrate in the next class. So I need to go in the depth. So for that, we have this option. This filter option is available. So we have this option. We need to set some rules and all, and accordingly, we can make some changes for the visibility. Okay. Now let me go to the architecture tab here. And here we know how to create the wall, the curtain wall. Okay. Now let me show you that if I'm creating any wall, not the curtain wall, let me choose any particular wall. All right. And suppose if I have any opening, okay, if I have any opening, like there, I will not place any door. Okay, just a opening is there. So for that, I can select this wall and I can create an wall opening. And that is also available in this opening panel. In this opening panel, this wall opening is also available. So you can create some wall opening there. All right. So let me select this. Let me select this wall and let's go for wall opening, and we will create this opening here, and that is the wall opening which I have created right now. Okay. So that we can create with the help of the wall opening, or you can select and go for this wall opening. And we have this attach top or base option is available, and this edit profile option is available for the wall. So right now you see that this is the profile, the rectangular profile is there. So if any changes needed for the wall profile, so you can go with this edit profile and you can make some adjustment, like you need a slope to this side, okay, or anything you want to change. Definitely we will make some changes. Okay, so go for remove constant. Previously it was constant, so, and now make it. So I'm just showing you that you can make it. Okay, can make some changes, and with this edit profile also, you can create some hole over there. Okay, and after that you can go for reset profile to get back the original profile of your wall. fine. Now we already know that how we can place the wall here. Now for this wall, we have these are the instance properties. These are the instance properties, and we have this edit type. And here we can create by duplicating also, and we can load some external door files, and we can use them in our project. And here we need to make sure that the function is set properly. Okay. And the material and the dimensions can change it from here, and any other informations that you want to provide, so we can provide it from here. All right, so you can place your door. All right, that is placed at plinth level. You can provide that as ground level. Fine, you can make these changes. And about this edit family, we can go to the edit family or double click on that door, and we will come to this edit family. We will edit later in our later classes. We will know how to create and edit family files. Now just click or click here. If you have make any changes, if you have made any changes, you can load into the project. Okay, so we have this two option. When you have assured the changes, you are done with the changes, so you can go for load project and close this family file. Or if you are just trying by loading into the project, so that you can go this load into project, and then again you can come back to this family file and you can make some more adjustment. Now I'm just closing it, that now it's not needed. And similarly, we can add windows over there. So for that, let's select this window. Okay, and let's place it here. And here you can see that is placed at this ground floor level. This is the seal height. If you need to change the seal height, you can change from this. So the seal height is the instance property of this window. Okay, and we have these options. You can go to the edit type, and there you can make adjustment for these parameters. Okay, now about the floor. Okay, so go for the ground floor level, and there we will create the floor. Let's pick the wall, and the first wall you will select, that will be the span direction uh, for your floor. Okay, and now you can see that the outer line of your wall is selected. You can click on this arrow to flip to the inner side, and if it is the inner line selected, you can flip with this arrow to select the outermost line. Okay, and the placement of your mouse pointer will decide it will be the outer line or the inner line. And here we have the slope arrow. Now let me show you about the slope arrow, and you can choose this span direction to change the span direction, go for span direction, and this will be the span direction. Now let me go for the slope arrow, and this is going to be the tail of your slope, and this is going to be the arrow head. As per that, the slope will be decided. And here you see that specify height at tail level, at tail, that is default, at height offset at tail, that is 300. If you choose this slope. So you can also mention the slope. Okay, so now let's go with this default option right now. Let's go with this default option, and now you see that it's asking that overlaps highlighted walls. Would you like to join and cut overlapping volume of out of the walls? Let me go with this no option. And now let me show you that this is the floor which is created right now with a slope. Okay. Now if you want to change the slope, it's better if I put top of your wall so you can understand better. So for that, uh, let me change the level to first floor. Yeah, here you can see this is the slope which I have created. Okay, and this is overlapping with the floor. Now what we need? We need to attach. Okay, we need to attach. So it will attach as per the alignment of this floor. So go for this attach top or base. So you are attaching the top, right? So select this top and then choose it. And now it can see this is attached. Okay. Suppose while creating and while finalizing this, if you had selected this yes option. Now let me change this to first floor level. I think because the level is changed. Okay, so no problem. You can make that adjustment with that attach top or base option. Select that top, and this way just select all these walls. Right click, select all instances in entire project. All these walls are selected. Go for attach top or base. Choose top option and specify the top element that is your floor. And as per this, you can see that is aligned right now. You can check it from the elevation. Let me go with north elevation there. And there you can see uh, this is the slope I can see. Can place like this, or if you are placing like this, and then select it, and you can rotate like this. You can rotate, double click on it. Sorry, double click here, or you can directly go to the west, and there you can see this is the elevation which we are getting, right? Now go for the edit boundary option, and you need to go to any level there, and this is the level which I have. And within this level, select this slope arrow. Okay, and here we have that is level at tail. That is default. That means at this current level, the tail is available here, and height offset at tail, that is 300. Okay, and after that also you are providing that slope. So you can just make it 0 and you can provide that slope. Yeah, it will remain attached. So let's go with attached. Okay, so I here I made this crop region. Okay, let me go to the west, and here you can see that is created here. Okay, without any slope, you can see Let me go to the edit boundary option here. Select this. And now if you want to change the slope, so click on the slope and you can change this slope like 60. Click on apply. And now let's go for finish. And okay, that is too much. Go for attach. And let me select it and let me go with 30°. Go for attach. You can see that we are providing the slope this direction. Okay, that is the 30° slope we're providing. Now let me go with 20. Finish. Attached. That you can make the changes. Okay, so from the default, let's see, but from this level, we are providing the slope to this direction. Okay, now let's go for the edit boundary option and let's select this. And rather than specifying this slope, you can go for height at tail, can just specify the height at tail. So height offset at head, you can provide there. Okay, so the level at head, that is set to default, that is the current level where the floor plan is placed, and the level at head is default, and then height offset you can provide like 500 height offset that you can provide, and from that slope will be defined. Okay, so the slope will be defined, but here you have selected that you can only specify the height offset at head, okay, height at tail. This option you can only specify. Go for attach. Here you can see that we are getting this right. Now you can also apply again. You can make some changes. Let me go with 1500. Go for attach, and now you can see you're getting more slope over there. Go for it boundary here. Now let me go with 0 and apply. Go for attach. Right. So you can either choose this height at tail, and with this you can apply slope, or else you can apply with the angle, slope angle. Okay. The slope angle you can apply. And the slope angle can be changed from here. The slope angle. Now, if I don't apply the slope, select it, go for 0. No slope is there. It is a flat. Now, what I can do, I can go for edit boundary, and I can just delete this slope arrow. Without that slope arrow, I can have my floor. And for this edit boundary, I will add a hole over there for water passage. Let's create a hole over there. And done. Attach. That is created. Now near this hole, I need to create, I need to suppress, right? I need to suppress near this hole. So for that, we'll go with this modify sub elements. And we have this much of points for this slope. But for this curvature, I need more points. So for that, I can go for add point, and we can add some points over there. All right, so I have added some points, and now what I'll do, I will make changes for this point. So let's go for modify sub elements again. Now select this point and you need to change the elevation. So here you have the option, or else you can come to this option bar. So this is called option bar. Here you can provide the elevation, suppose minus 150. Okay, so that is provided. Press enter. So we can ignore. So no worry with that. Now select all this. We will provide the same value minus 150. So you can provide from here or from option bar also. You can provide. Now let's do it quickly for all this. So I'll just copy the value, press enter, select it, select this. And here you can see, just copy paste the value, rotate your screen. Now select this, Control V, enter. Now select this, Control V, enter. Just rotate your screen. Rotate and pan, rotate and pan. Now select this, the same value, enter. Same value, enter. Select this, same value, enter. Select this point, click here, Control V, enter. Select this, hit the value, and that is done. Okay. All right, so this is the floor which we have created. So here we have provided the slope near this hole. Okay. So that we can provide with these points. Okay. All right. Now, if I need to place all this wall and all, let me select all instances. Select this floor, then select this door and window. And if I need to place all this component on the above floor, like first floor and second floor. So after selecting it, what I can do, I can go for this copy to clipboard option. I can go with this copy to clipboard and then go for the paste and choose aligned to selected levels. Okay, aligned to selected levels. So your paste will be aligned to these selected levels. So go for these two and click on OK. And now here you can see these are added. So some walls are overlapped. So what do we need to do? We need to attach the bottom. Okay, we need to attach the bottom. Select it, go for attach top or base, choose that base, and this is going to be the base, and you can attach. All right, you can attach. And something overlapped with this also, so we can make the adjustment later. Okay, and here also we have this detached top or base, so we can go for detach all. So everything is detached, and here you can see that is to this level. And here you need to provide some offset, right? You need to provide the seal height for this door so that you can provide, let's go for 250. Okay, and okay, so that adjustment we can make it later. Okay, fine. Now see that we have created the floors, and if you need to create ceiling also, so for that we can go with this ceiling option, and the same way we can create some ceilings. So let me show you that if I need to create a ceiling here, for this second floor level, I can create the ceiling. Let's go to the second floor level here. You can go with the wireframe. Okay, so as because this project view template is selected. So in this view template, you need to change it, or else you can remove the view template and you can make these changes. And here you can hide this element. So HH is the shortcut to hide all these elements. Okay. Now let's go for the ceiling option, and it will create automatic ceiling. It will identify the close boundary. Just placing your mouse, it will identify the close area surrounded your mouse pointer, or else you can go to the sketch ceiling option and you can draw with this pick wall, pick line with this option, and you can define the slope arrow and all the same way we created the floor, the same way here we can create. So I'll go with the automatic ceiling. Okay. All right, fine. Now let's go for HR to bring back all the elements. Here you can see that the ceiling is created, and we have this height offset. Okay, so we need to provide the height offset properly. So this is the default height offset we generally get while we create the ceiling. So here let's provide 4,000 or 3,000, I guess. Sorry. Okay, so this is the ceiling we have provided. Okay. And if you need to change the structure for the ceiling, so you can go to the structure, and there you can add some materials over there, and some layers you can add. So like go for up, there you can apply it as thermal layer. You can apply this as thermal layer. Okay, so we have this air filtration barrier option for the thermal layer. You can apply this material. Let's go just apply OK. And what will be the thermal layer thickness, so that you can provide like 50 you can provide. So I'm making these changes within that original family, the type. you need to make a duplicate and then you need to make these changes. Fine. Now let me add another. So that will be added the finish one as the finish one. And this finish one will be like, let me add ceiling tile 600 by 600 or this one ceramic tile. So what you like, you can add that material. Click on apply and OK. And what will be the thickness for the tiles? We provide that thickness. So let's go for 50. No, not 50. I think 25. All right. So accordingly, you will get the ceiling. All right. Fine. So this way we will create up to ceiling. All right. So this is all for today. I hope you understand, and I hope you are working with your project. So start working with the project with these model elements. So that is all for today. Thank you.